Today's Tale sees us playing BattleTech once again, and today we're up against Spool. So we brought a mixed bag here. I've got a Hunchback 4G, I've got a Vindy, I've got a Panther, and I've got a Commando. So the idea here is maybe to keep the Hunchback towards the back. The Panther needs to be scouting for us, and hopefully everything just falls into place from there. We'll probably push the Panther up a little here, just to get her into position. We've got Apex in the Hunchback, so we're going to need to keep that as relatively safe as we can, which will mean we're going to have to backpedal a little just here, just to make sure we don't get sensor locked and any shenanigans happen there. We're going to keep the Commando safe as well, and then we're going to push the Vindy. Might just leave the Vindy where we are. So hopefully Paradise and the Vindy can do a bit of jumping and bracing, just to draw some fire, maybe tank a few rounds with his armor. The Vindicator comes with fairly okay armor. Hunchback obviously has a fair bit of armor as well, but we are in the 15mm brack. So you have to be careful with the back of this thing. There is not a lot of armor on the back, and there's a lot of fast moving mechs here. And he's hit us first. We've got a Centurion A up front. Alright. See what the lights are. We've got to be careful. We might have to push into this. Obviously he's going to have LRMs on us, and we have very little in the way of long range fire. In fact, we have an LRM-5. We got some PPCs. I guess those count. They're a little hard to use since one of them is actually on the Panther. So really all we have here is all we really have is PPC over here. We might reserve down into the main phase here, and we'll think about how we want to push. He'll probably reserve in with us. It is our move first. So we might start moving the Commando around this way. I think he's going to push. I have a distinct feeling he's going to push. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move the Commando back a little, and we're going to brace. If he wants to go for a sensor lock, we'll move Showboat out, and we will just reset on the turns here, I think. But we'll see what happens. If he doesn't push, then we will push. He might get turns to set up on these trees, which makes it a little difficult for us. We could trade. I don't think the AC-20 can quite trade across here. Alright, so he's got two sets of LRMs here. This is pretty dangerous for us. I think you are still in sensor lock range. So what we're going to do is we're going to move. Actually, we don't need to move you so much. So he's setting up on the two tree lines there. We might do Apex, because she's the least likely to fire here. Probably get a bit of a sprint going on. Just pull back a little. We'll see if he wants to pull forward. None of those sprints are great. We might just have to take a bit of a dawdle here. Through the trees. A reverse maybe is the best we get here. The best a mech can get. Gillette. Shaving your mech. Alright. We're going to brace up. And we'll see what he wants to sensor lock. We might have to just pull back here. He could sensor lock here, I guess. I really should put Arclight in instead of Showboat, although I do like Showboat's movement speed. Showboat has a fairly decent movement here. So you can move fairly well a Panther. Alright, this is a fairly nice loadout. So I'd say he's gonna look to sensor lock this turn, and then fire in the LRM-10 onto probably Showboat here. So what we might do is we might just get a bit of a jump back, and we'll see if he'll push this river. He shouldn't have sensor lock on this, so we should be fairly okay here. He'll probably sensor lock this. We'll just jump out, unless he pushes us forward, in which case we might have a hard time getting out of these trees. But we'll try. Luckily, jumping and bracing's pretty effective. So set up on that river pretty hard. Maybe I should have pushed forward a lot harder. I could have then been in a position to fire on some of this stuff. We don't have a lot of long range stuff, so if we do have to book in here, we're just going to have to sprint as hard as we can. If you've seen some of my other games, you'll know I'm pretty cautious on the way I play here. Centurion's moving first. Alright, so he's not going to fire anything here. So we can just sit tight with Showboat and be fairly happy. We will just... Actually, you know what? We might just jump back and go for a bit of a reset here. And then see if he pushes that river. If he doesn't push that river, we might be able to push our own mechs down fairly hard. So now what I would do is I'd probably sprint the 1B across the river, grab a lock on all this stuff again, and go from there. Because then you can just LRM in. I could maybe grab a I can't grab a hold of the 1B. It's going to be too hard. It's going to be too hard. So we might have... The thing is, the first few moves dictate how you can play on this map. If you don't push this river at the start, then they get to set up here, and they catch you in this sort of dead area pretty easily. Alright, he's pushing forward with something there. It's not quite far enough. So if I push forward this turn, I can get him to go first. But we'll see in a sec. I'm happy to probably bum rush forward if this was a Centurion. If it's just the Commando, it's nowhere near as easy. The Panther pushed forward. Alright. We'll reserve down here. I don't know what the Panther quite has vision of. Hopefully it's not the back line here. Alright, here we go. So let's have a look.
How might I help?
It's kind of hard to see. So you've got vision of that, which means you probably don't have vision of Apex.
Waiting orders.
Now, I could move Apex towards the side here, and we could come down this way if he pushes forward. We just want to stay out of lock range, though. Does he actually have vision of this? Not quite. It's a bit of a hard push this way, actually. Just need him to bunch up against this hill on my side, and then we can maybe do a sprint. What I might do is I might move towards this edge of the trees. And the reason I want to move towards this edge is because then we can sprint this away. And we can get... We're on the edge of the trees. The trees slow you down movement-wise. And it makes it a little difficult
On the move.
to get the full sprint going. So we'll get here, and then we should be able to sprint out. Apex is not the best driver, so she's a bit slow, which makes things even harder here. I wonder if he's trying to get some... He's got no real direct fire on us, which is okay. It's a lot of indirect LRM fire. If he locks something over here, I'll probably be fairly happy to start getting things forward. I think he's just setting up to be good to go here
Waiting on
with
you,
the
Commander.
LRM fire. I think he definitely has this in sight now. So we're going to move you. He hasn't moved his Panther. I'd say his Panther's going to be the locker here. I kind of want to get you into somewhere where you can sprint forward fairly easily, but none of this is really providing. These trees, while they do give the advantage of 25% less damage, they also provide a downslide in movement. So we're kind of cool if we move back, I think this far. I mean, even if we gain 2 evasion, we probably can't quite tank the missiles there. So what we might do... So we're just out of range of this, so he has no idea where we've moved. So we'll just back up. We'll brace. So he's probably seen the 2D, and then it's just gone off his blip. So we should be okay for him guessing with this on where we are. I just want him to sensor lock something so that we can then burst forward here with everything else. Especially Apex. I would love for Apex to be able to move, but I don't think it's going to happen so well. Alright. Am I happy to push into this now? It still hasn't moved the Panther, which concerns me.
Good to go.
Now, let's see. I could move Showboat to here. He'll probably lock this, fire an LRM 10 in, and then we can move Paradise. I could actually take the sensor lock here and fire with Paradise down onto this, I'd say. We will take an LRM 10 in return. Paradise,
You have orders?
I think you can get to here and fire. He might be able to fire his
I hear ya.
his own stuff back. So let's jump here and get a lock, and then we'll see if we can't fire with the Vindy in. He might get a little annoyed. People get a little annoyed by this weird movement phase. But we'll take this. Ooh. Alright, so we bugged out a little there. That's kind of annoying. So now he can jump forward with this. Sense lock the Panther, fire an LRM 10. So we'll have one bit of evasion. LRM 10 will do 40. If I can't quite get that, that will be super annoying. I think we should be able to get a shot in. Alright, interesting. He's just pushing here. So now we take
How might I help?
a shot with you. I really want to stay in the trees. Somehow we can fire on this without seeing him, which is weird. Little game breaking, but okay. We move this way, I guess. I'm hoping we can fire, because this is really silly if we can't. He could probably jump that Panther far enough forward to get us. Yeah, so it reveals it there. It's a bit weird sometimes how it does that. We'll start ramping in some damage, though. He'll probably want to start moving forward pretty quick after taking stuff like that. He might jump his Panther really far forward here. Things I'd like to do, I need to rip arms off these Centurions. They've got the ACs on that arm, which will provide a lot of punishment for us. Alright. We'll let him have his turn here. If he could decide to sensor lock this and fire at it, which would be fairly effective. It'd be a PPC plus SRM4. This is our tank here, right? We gotta be fairly careful with how we do this. I could start moving this guy like so. If he's got 4 things of sensor locking though, 2 sets of sensor locking, it would be all over for our commando. So what we might do is we might do Showboat again. We'll sensor lock something. I'd say he'll move it. I might just sensor lock the same mech here. Or I could move Apex. Apex is probably not going to get to shoot this turn. So I might do Apex first. And we'll see what happens. I'd say we're going to fight in these trees across this way, right? So we'll probably get Apex to about here. And we'll gear up for this. So we've braced. She should be okay-ish from this. This stuff might rush forward. 2 sets of these. I don't mind firing at the Centurions if he pushes them forward pretty hard. Okay, interesting. I should have checked if he had vision over here, actually. He might have vision on Paradise. Paradise, you're okay-ish? Alright. Probably group up on this Centurion then. So we'll jump to about here. We'll jump. Please, sir, jump. To about here. That's a pretty good jump, actually. Sensor lock this guy. We'll start doing some damage to him. We can only fire in the PPC and the LRMs, but it'll do us, right? I'd suspect that's a brace. Right here, I'd suspect is a brace. Yep, it is. So we'll move sideways, we'll fire into this. He'll probably want to lock something like this. If he locks this, we might just jump it for a bit of evasion. So you move this forward, you jump this forward. We're pretty well set up, I think. What we really want to do is get a hold of maybe some of this stuff. So he's coming forward for vision with this. He'll probably fire it. I couldn't quite see if that was... No, that's not precision strike. So that's probably a sensor locker right there. That's fine. What we'll do is we will jump this way. And we'll have some vision. Yeah, this is okay. I'd say. That brace is going to wreck our day a little, but should be alright against it. We can probably jump this far. You know what? We could just be sneaky here. So he's got his vision here, right? But we could actually jump like this, and he'd have no vision with his Centurion. And if he wants to do anything, he has to sensor lock us. And that will drag him in a little bit closer to Apex, who's what we really need here. Alright, we'll fire in. It's going to be half damage, but so be it. Getting a little bit done on everybody else. So he's got no vision here. He has to lock with probably the commando. Move with this fire. And then next turn, I think we're looking at sprinting in here. That's going to lock. And then he'll fire with this, right? Oh no. Okay. Interesting. He shouldn't have vision here then. So we'll start sprinting you out as best we can. I prefer you actually made trees, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll have to trust in our evasion a little, I guess. As best we can.
Alright, full speed.
As best we can, we'll have to trust in that. And then I guess we just push up and start shooting on all this stuff then. So what do we want to do? The commando will be a fairly nice target. I wonder if he's trying to get vision here to fire. He might get vision there, right? Alright, that's fine. We're reserving. He might move forward here and fire. It'll be our start. Okay, cool. Alrighty. We're going to have to take a turn of locking here, I think. Because we probably want to get Apex to do something.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So you need to jump as far as you can and keep him occupied. I think here is fairly okay. And then we grab probably a hold of, what do you reckon's got the least? Maybe the Panther's probably okay to shoot here. I'd say he moves the Panther this turn. Apex might be, actually, Apex, how far do you need to move to fire? Can't see, can I? So you can get fairly decent hit chance on that, but you would be super exposed. Alright, let's lock that Panther and have a go at it. The Panther's pretty tanky. We definitely don't need that noise though.
What can I do for you?
But we will give this a whirl. So we go this way. We lock up on probably the Panther here. He'll probably jump it out or jump it forward. Alright, let's go. Panther it is. He was probably going to move this now. He'll probably jump it back. And then you can vision in with probably the commando. He's cutting us off with this other Centurion. But if I can make range and fire the AC, I'd be pretty happy to hit that Panther with that. He'll be kind of silly if he doesn't move this, knowing that I now have vision on it. I'd probably move it behind this hill. I'd just move it over here, knowing that I've only got direct fire weapons. Oh. Oh. Okay. Am I happy to tank with Apex? I think I might be here. We take these trees. Can we get a better go at that? Ooh. 70s. What do we get from here? The same. It's a shame we can't quite get you in range here. Now, I will take... Oh, can we get rid of that noise? I will take a fire from this, I'll take fire from this, and I'll take fire from this. Is this going to be worth doing a possible 100 damage to this. 70 to hit. I think it probably is. I'd rather that Paradise was doing this, but I'd take the chance now, since he didn't move this, to do some damage here. We'll turn off these two. And we will fire on in. 70 to hit. Come on, baby.
Confirmed.
I need a hit. Oh, that's not a hit. Alright. We have to take that RNG. So now he can fire with these two. We'll have to move probably Paradise over here to fire in on this. And then the Commando needs to start running this way. And firing, I think. We're going to have to bring that Commando in to start firing and doing work. Ooh, yeah. Alright, so he's got someone, he's probably got, I don't know, blockade maybe? Or someone who gets brace there. I think this guy can move far enough to shoot us, which is a little scary, but I think we go, should we do Paradise first here? Paradise, you need to move and fire, my friend. Probably not into that. Let's check out what he's got on this Centurion, actually. So he's braced with everything. So he's just going for full tank here. So we're going to need to get in and start punching things, I think. So we know I could probably hit this with the PPC and be fairly happy here. We might ease off. No, we'll fire in the LRMs. I think we work on this guy. Or the Panther. Let's have a look. We missed the Panther this turn. Do we weaken up stuff on this guy so that the AC-20 will do more damage? I guess we do. Let's go. Let's go on you. We're going to lose out if we just fight into all this brace. But we'll probably work on the Panther. I don't know if the Panther's the best choice here. The 1B would be great. Would be excellent. He's probably going to lob everything he's got into Apex here. Apex is going to be maybe a little unsteady. Maybe I should have moved and braced. We'll see how we do here. Is he just bracing with everything on this front line? Alright. Well, I guess we're doing exactly the same. We can move the Hunchback and fire for a better chance next turn. Alright, he's going all in on the Hunchback here. Okay. So I'd say most of his mechs can brace here. We definitely start traveling this way with you. We'll fire into the Panther again.
Position confirmed.
He's probably going to swing this around and fire over here. Or he might pick this again. It's hard to tell, right? But we'll fire in everything we've got over here. And start doing a bit of damage. We might death them above this. 55. Yeah, we could death them above that as well. Is it a good target to death them above? Not so convinced, but we'll give it a whirl. He could move, fire, fire, fire. Because I will go first, and if I reserve, he gets to go with these lot first. He's probably just going to keep going on the Hunchback, right? Knowing that it's Apex. He's got a lot of tank going on. We can't afford to fight into all this tank, so I'm going to have to death them above to clear what I can. Tank-wise, at least Apex can clear this with an AC shot, lucky AC shot. It doesn't matter what side of the Hunchback gets shot up, because it's either ammo or gun on either side. On either side of that, so he's tanking everything across here. This is probably, I'd say he's got AC-10 and LRM shots from there. Alright. Multi-shot? Multi-shot. Oof. That Hunchback's taking a beating, though. Taking an absolute beating here. Alright, so, Showboat.
Waiting for orders.
You need to jump forward, buddy. And give me some vision, for starters.
Taking the high road.
And then we might brace here. Or we could fire in. I mean, what are we looking at here? How much armor does this thing have? So we would do 90 damage. So about 75, probably a bit less, maybe 70. So we could maybe clear a bit of armor off this guy. And then I could maybe death throw him above him. I kind of want to get this guy, though. He's taking 50% less damage, though. If I weaken him up enough for a death from above to cripple him, we might be in a better position, though. Alright, let's fire in. Let's try and weaken him up for a death from above. We'll come down on this side. We might get lucky and shear off that arm. I think that's the PPC arm from memory. Yeah. Yes, that is the PPC arm. He could take a whirl at this. The reason I didn't move this first was because I just want to see if this 3 bits of evasion will hold up here. If he reserves, we're going to be careful. I kind of want to reserve in so that I can... Nah, it won't matter. I'd love it if he went with this. I would absolutely love that. If he goes... Ooh, stability is becoming an issue. So, we reserve. We could probably get to go here. Or we could go again. I think we have to reserve and go with the Hunchback first. So hopefully he reserves here. He could maybe knock us. We are really unstable. 2 SRMs, 20 damage might be enough. He has to hit us. This is going to be a risk here. Come on. Oh yes, just one. Excellent. So now we can go first with this. Get our stability back. We could even move here so that he has no vision. Which might be the goer, right? I think we move, vision him out, force him to either move for the Hunchback or fire on something else. Since he's gone with these 2 lights, I think that's what we do. So we get you out of here. We'll fire in with the AC, 55. We'll just roll those dice. I'm fairly okay with rolling some dice here. We're gonna miss. Alright, I could have maybe braced as well. He'll probably push this out. We will death him above here. And then we will scoot sideways and shoot this. And we'll see how we go. I mean, I would probably push forward. I mean, you know... Oh, I should have braced, I think. I think I should have braced instead of rolling on the 55. Save the Hunchback from getting pushed over. Is he going to fire on this little guy? Alright, we might have to go with this little guy next. Because he might be dead. Come on, Blockade. You just need to survive a little here. Hopefully he doesn't have vision from there. We might get... If he gets vision from there, we might get knocked, actually. I'm hoping this is not a high tactics pilot. Alright, it's 2 lasers. He must have vision, because now he can... Oh, no. Alright. Alright, so he doesn't have vision on the Hunchback, which has saved us a little here. So Paradise, this is... I know I tell everyone how shitty Death from Above is. And it is super shitty. We are doing it on the wrong side, though. If I remove this, we might be able to... we might get this guy... we're not going to knock him, that's for sure. I think we have to do this, though. We have to get into combat with all this stuff. It's all just bracing up in here. Which is not great for us. Oh, we took out a leg? Alright, that's crazy. 2 hits to a leg. Max evasion over here. I do say how bullshit Angel of Death is, and you can see how bullshit it is. I'm not even fuck, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I say how much I hate this stuff, and in I go with Death from above, right? So he's on the ground. We will try and core him with the commando here. I would fire at the commando probably. 6 bits of evasion, you kind of got to ignore this. Even a punch only ignores 4, so he would probably miss with a punch. Yeah, you know what, RNG, it's probably 75% or something on the punch here. So he might be okay with punching, although he has to move his mech to punch us. Might give us back shots, which would be even scarier. Depends on which side he can punch. If he can punch this side, it will expose him, and then we can shoot him in the back for 100. This is a bit of a mess in here though, right? Next up, we'll just jump Paradise out if we can. We don't want him just sitting in here, taking a whole lot of damage. We can jump him out and probably fire from the water. Is he going to try and shoot us in the back? Is he setting up for a back shot? He's setting up for the hunchback, maybe?
I'm hit.
Alright, so he did go for the commando. So you're up next, buddy. You keep moving at full speed, and you fire across into the Panther. We'll probably try and blow that PPC, because I'd say there's too much chest armor here. 70, yeah, I think we just go for this PPC here. We could probably blow that off. Then he's down to just his SRM4s. He might get them above us back, but I think we blow this off. It's kind of a good option here. So he can do a lot less damage. That's 50 damage off that, at least. It's half the damage off that mech, right? So now he wants to stand this up. I wonder if he's going to try and punch this, and then punch this. We might jump backwards with Paradise and fire into the back of this if we can. There's only 1 bit of evasion here. This mech, yeah, I suppose he's a little bit of a problem. Actually, we get 2 rounds of firing into this while it's on the ground. We could probably finish this thing here. The hunchback needs to do some work. It needs to probably just sit tight. I might need to brace this, actually. These 2 could knock him. I think that's what he's going for here. Though he fired over here. Or he fired at the commando, right? Which is not the best choice. We got super lucky with this knockdown. That's crazy lucky. Is he gonna go for a punch here? Okay. Does this have a small laser? It doesn't have a small laser, right?
Internal damage.
Well, that's his only light move, so I think we just keep on booking around this way. And we try and finish off this guy. We'll take the 2 evasion. We can probably tank a little bit of fire from this thing to kill this. Or do we go... We could jump. It would cost us a lot of heat, though. Can we not have that noise? 2 evasion. You get to fire in most of this stuff. Let's go with blockade first here. We will get shot in the back from there. Where's... damn it. It's not the greatest of moves, is it? None of that's great. We could try for something like this. We might get killed here from a back shot. He'll get to shoot us in the back with that as well. I think I want to clear the Panther for my commando though. And then we get our own Panther.
I hear ya.
It's going to have multiple targets. Damn, what do we do here? Alright, let's go with the showboat first. And then we'll decide from there how well off this mech is. Blow off the other arm. I think we go for the torso now. And try and do some damage.
Should be good.
What are we looking at here? 38. So we could probably clear that. I don't think he's got enough combined damage here to clear one of our heavier mechs. He could kill this though. I'm probably okay with that. I just don't really want this thing getting off the ground. Because then we are up a mech And he is in for a world of hurt. Let's go. We need 4 hits. 4 hits? Come on, 4 hits. There we go. Excellent. So, what does he do now? Back shots on this. You gotta be careful with that though, because you've got to get around here to back shoot it. I think you fire at the Panther. It's exposed in the open. You probably start backing up this way to get away from some of this stuff. My hunchback probably wants to shoot this. He's got a shot into the back of this. I might move this first, just to make sure it doesn't get shot in the back all that much. He could move forward, fire on this, move forward, fire on this. If he knocks this in this turn, we're kind of okay. I don't mind that so much. I wonder if he's going to go for a couple of shots on this. 6 evasion. Paradise, you need to not take a shot to the back from an AC. If the AC hits us in the back, we're probably in trouble. We'll lose some bits and pieces. They will definitely pop off the mech if he shoots us in the back from here. Okay. Yeah.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Okay, some multi-shots. Alright. I suppose that's alright, because now this one will have only 1 bit of evasion to go through. What we do though is I think we just get up on the back of this. Ooh, it's not great, is it? Could jump behind this guy. And probably fire. Not well. Not well at all. 75. Do I take that? I could go with the hunchback first. I want to see if he knocks the hunchback actually. Which would be vastly more beneficial for us if he does. So I think we jump here. Fire into the back of this guy. Give him a bit of concern. We will turn off the LRMs because we don't want to overheat on that. We've got some internal structure. We could probably fire in with this. If we get lucky, we'll pierce into some internals. If we get unlucky, we'll shoot him in the damn leg. Let's go. Or we'll just miss, right? Ooh, oh, that's bad for him. All of that to the torso. That was not great. Super good for us, but not great for him. He'll probably fire it onto this now. Or he might multi-shot into... Actually, I'd just fire on this, right? And try and do what I could to that. I guess we just group up on this thing here. Unfortunately, well, for him, unfortunately for us, this is the arm that has nothing in it. Fortunately for him, that's the arm that has nothing in it. We really want these AC arms, because they are basically half the damage of these Centurions. So if we can get rid of some of these AC arms, they kind of just turn into medium lasers and some LRMs. And at this range, LRMs are going to be a little harsh. I left the hunchback till last in the hope that he knocks it this turn. If he backs up and fires everything in, he might knock it, which means we can then get up and be in a far better position. If he doesn't knock it this turn, he's going to try and group up on it. I think we might take a brace here. We might just back up and brace and eat more damage with Apex instead of firing. I could fire for 100 damage, but I think what we want to do is just eat up a whole lot of damage from these with the hunchback while everybody else goes to work. So he's having a think. Let's see, you could go... Only problem is there's a lot of armor left on this. Let's see, what arm... Whoa. Alright, so he's going for the knockdown. So, unfortunately for him, if he knocks us down here, then it would have been not great. But what we're going to do is we're just going to reverse up, and we're going to brace. Can we reverse out of vision? Doesn't look like it, does it? We can get to here and get out of vision, which forces him to come into us more. So we'll back up. We'll probably brace just to get some more stability going on here. Hopefully he leaves this mech alone for a little, but whatever. We'll just clear all of that stability damage there. And now we can just eat a whole lot of damage on this. We can keep moving around on the back of these mechs. I wouldn't... This, see how he's bulwarked right here? It's not a great idea to bulwark out in the middle. It might work out for him, but the thing is if anything punches this, suddenly you have no bulwark, right? And you are in the middle of a field with no trees. If you get knocked, it's even worse for you. So now he has no idea what's going on back here. He might push in and then suddenly find that there's a brace up here. We can move around the back of these mechs and fire. Yeah, here we go. If he had enough range to punch, he could have. But the thing is because he has no vision, you can't move and punch without vision. Which really hurts you, right? It really hurts that you can't punch in there.
Yep.
Do we move here? I think what we do is we probably move Showboat.
Good to go.
She's the most likely to take a beating here. So I think we fire on the back here. We could fire in here to the back of this guy, but I could keep going with... I don't know. Could move to here and do well on that. Yeah, it's on the side. I could move to the back of this guy. PPC though. I think we just go... He's going to probably punch with this. Which will put the AC on this side. I kind of want to move. You know what we could do? We could just reserve in, actually.
Holding action, Commander.
I think we'll reserve in. He might fire on this. He might have a focus. Even if he has a focus, it's not so bad. We'll probably lose an arm off this. We could move in, punch, fire. We could fire on the back of this. He might punch this. He might continue towards the hunchback, which he now has vision on. We'll see what he does for this. We might be able to get down here and actually shoot here. We could sensor lock this and fire the AC-20 into it, which might destroy this thing. There is a couple of choices here, right? We could fire in... Let's see, if we sensor lock this, take it down to 1. We could move, we could probably fire into the back of here. Move, fire into the back, fire the AC. We might rip this thing down. It's then 40, 65, 65, 85 damage gone, I think. Alright, I don't know about doing that. He's just he's basically just grouping up on this. Unless he wants to fire over here. Alright, yeah, he's just grouping up on this mech. I suppose it's not too bad. He's nearly down. Once this is gone, there's a lot less to deal with, right? Although I'd stop taking internal heat structure, probably. Because it's going to cost you pretty badly soon. So can we get around the back? We cannot. We can fire into the side of him, though. So I think what we do is Showboat. We could actually fire in everything on this guy. Oof, that's bad, though. That is bad to hit. We could move you, fire. I could have 3 rounds of firing before the AC-20 goes. Maybe we might destroy this guy completely. Except for we can't really fire everything with this guy. If we fire from here, how much heat are we generating? So we are just over. I think we just generate all the heat we can now. So let's go. Probably with the Showboat first. Because I want to clear off a little bit of evasion on this guy. And get in close and personal, right? So you'll go up first, because Blockade will do more damage if he hits. So we'll start clearing what we can here. 50-50 with the PPCs, not too bad. I mean, if we hit, we might get through a fair chunk of armor. I did say if we hit. Maybe the sensor lock would have been the better choice. It's a little hard to tell. We are at least getting behind this guy, I suppose. So then we go probably with Paradise, then Blockade, then Apex, right? The reason I want to go with probably Paradise is he needs to save a little bit of heat here, I think. Because he is fairly hot. And we'll probably just tune out some of his weapons. These are, at least he's cooking that mech, so there's a little bit of heat damage there. He'll probably go all in with this guy onto this in the hope that he kills it. We will then, I think we're going to take the turn to fire. This mech's pretty much dead. There's no real hope of saving her. He might have a focus as well, which would go straight through this. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. I mean, I'm up to 75 and he's lost a mech. I would probably focus on this. But I think we risk this turn. A little scary. I don't really want to lose this before it fires. It's so far done pretty much nothing for me. He's still got a lot of comeback on this. I mean, Centurions are pretty good at doing a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of armor on these things, right? They're basically 2 of my Vindicators, but more damage. Alright, so he is backing up here. He's trying to save his ass on that mech. Alright, to the hunch. As long as it still exists. Come on, baby. Excellent. I'm surprised he doesn't have a focus. Alright, you need to probably just move. I would like the trees, but I don't. I think we'll stay to the trees. We'll probably just fire in the PPC here. Which is fine. Clear off the last of this. Ooh, we're still overheating. Alright, we'll take the turn to just cool down here, I think. Can we maybe fire in this? We can. I think we fire in that too. 40 to hit. You know what, let's just save the heat. Save that heat. Do a little bit of rear damage, you know, just spank him in the rear a little. Alright, so he's down to 1 bit of evasion, right? So now...
Yes, Commander.
Blockade. That's not particularly nice, but we'll let this guy be up close. Is there nowhere else you can get? What have you got from here? You got 75s. That'll clear the last of that evasion. Alright, in you go, buddy.
Move into position.
And then hopefully the AC-20 just destroys this thing, because we are in for a world of trouble if it doesn't. A world of trouble. Barney Rubble incoming. Alright. So it's the last bit of evasion gone from this. And then Apex. We might as well just back you up. Oof, actually. We could just back you in. 90 to hit. Could move you. What side is taking the most beating here? This side with the PPC, right? So we could actually move you like this. And then what have you got to hit? I probably want to fire in the small laser, right? 95 with everything. Let's do it. He'll probably get around the back. He might shoot us in the back, but there's not much left of this mech anyway. So I think we move here. Hopefully I didn't misclick that. And we fire in with everything. Man, 90 to hit. Come on, baby. You just need to hit with this. Come on. Woo, here we go. Oh, there we go. He's unsteady. He'll get around the back with this probably. We're going to lose the hunchback here. But that's what we have to take, I think. Does he go for a full sprint with this? Maybe. I didn't see what he lost. I think he's still got the large laser in this arm. Yeah, it looks like a large laser, right? That looks, well, it looks ginormous compared to the mech. So he's probably got his large laser left. Now, he's got a choice. If he's got bulwark on this, he might brace here, because he's got not a lot of stability. If he only moves, we might actually be able to knock this guy. Ooh. Alright, cool. So we did, I think we did rotate a little for him. This guy is probably going to get us in the front, though. There's no evasion on this mech. That's... I don't know about this one. Do I move this way? How much is left of this side? It's quite a lot. We might get the leg. We'd need 3 hits to the leg. Otherwise, we need a bunch of hits here, and we need a fair amount of hits here. Showboat, how hot are you? You are cooking, buddy. I think we just continue to fire in the side, right? Can you move anywhere nice-ish? That is not nice at all. You might have to just move into these trees and do what you can from here, I think. How are we going on internals? Ooh, it's not great. It's not great at all. Could move in for 75. We're going to expose ourselves a bit, though. Probably got the armor to eat this. Maybe if he decides to turn. I think we try and finish off this guy. It's a shame this arm's here. So if we finish this, then we've got a Panther, a Commando, and a Vindy versus 2 Centurions. It's not happy days at all. Not happy days at all. I think we just spend the internal structure here. This is the large laser here, right? Alright, we need for this to hit fairly nicely. We are going to be cooking forever on this mech. So we got the right leg. Alright, so now we should get torso shots here and finish this off with the blockade. We are burning down our Panther though, and he's exposed. Super exposed, but we'll have to take that. We'll probably move... Can we move better than that? He's going to have focus, I reckon. So it's not going to matter for probably our Commando here. He's probably just going to eat the dust in a sec, I reckon. So we'll go in on the torso here. If we're lucky, what do we need? We need 5 hits out of 10. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Come on, 5 hits out of 10. Excellent. So now he's down to 2 mechs. These 2 might gang up on either this or he focuses this down. I'd say he's got a focus by now. We'll probably start trying to smash this in the back. We'll see if he might focus with this. This is really hot. I don't know if he wants to burn more internal structure. I mean, that center torso's probably taken a fair bit of a beating by now. He might even focus for this. He knows this is pretty much dead. So he might go with this first. I'd say you move fire. Which might put us in a little bit of a sticky situation. There we go. I did say move and fire, right? Focus. Kill that. Or do you save your focus for probably this? I'd probably just shoot this with every... there's not a lot you can fire though, is there? To the leg. Yes. Yes. It did go internal. It did. But, sir, you can get right around here and fire into the back of this guy. I'm happy to lose my mech for this. I'm happy indeed. This guy will kill us off. That's fine. We'll trade in our mech here. Let's go. Come on. Hit with that AC. Boom to that shoulder. Shredded. Absolutely shredded. So now he finishes this off. Centurion versus all this. He's got to have focus by now. He's got to have focus. Focus on this. Focus on this. I would just blast this mech, right? Alright, let's see. So now... Now you probably focus on... I'd say he's got to have focus, right? Or you could multi-shot. You're risking a bit with a multi-shot that you hit somewhere else. I'd say you hit the torso here. Multi-shot. Ooh. Luckily that's not the PPC arm. We are cooking on this mech though. So it's a little hard to recover from that. But Paradise... You're just going to need to blast him in the side. Paradise, can you turn on some weapons that aren't LRMs? I think you just move and fire your PPC. Is that the AC arm? Nah, it's the garbage arm, isn't it? Alright, I think you just move and fire. PPC, I'm pretty happy for. We'll turn off the LRMs for now. There's no point in overheating so much here. Here we have no evasion. So, all of our light mechs get to hose this guy a fair bit here. I think we definitely go for that. Ooh, I would love to... You have to move like that. Does he have trees? I would love to hose into this AC, so I think we just sprint in for him. We are running rather hot on this mech. No trees. I think we turn off the medium laser here. We generate a little bit of heat, so we might as well just go with medium laser then. We are okay on this arm for now. For now, I say. But it might be a little dodgy soon. So he's unsteady. We've still got our PPC and our everything else here, but we'll probably just turn off the PPC and fire in the SRM. Yeah, I think we do that. He's definitely got focus, so he's just going to hose something here. We'll keep backing around on this side. We'll turn off the PPC. This mech is probably dead, but we'll give it a go. Just do as much damage as we can. We could have even reserved into him. Make him go first, and then just push this mech over. But that might be a little rough, right? So we'll let him have a go here. After we've moved everything. You'd probably brace here. Yeah, because I've actually moved my light. So you could actually brace here. We might get... Oh, I don't know if... Apex won't make that. She won't make that indeed. She is sparking though. This is amazing that mech has managed to survive that long. He's going for the punch. Nope. But it's got to be a focus now. Focus onto either one of these to kill it. He's probably trying to go for the side of this thing. Oh. RNG has not been kind to him at all. At least we're cool on this. Commando, I'd like to get cooler, but it's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen at all. I think we could just take a shift sideways. Fire the LRMs in. We'll save some heat. I don't know quite where he's going to go, but we'll get around the back with the Vindy. We can start jumping as well if we get enough heat back here. Which should be nice for us. Couple of... Ooh, no evasion. He's getting unsteady. I could run in for this. I think I'll focus for this. Because this is probably Apex dead here. And with a focus, we should be able to do a fair bit of stability damage. And get him on the ground. No cover for you. Oh, we missed. That is a disaster. Oh no, we hit. Alright, that looked like it was just blasting the hillside behind, but... That's okay. I think we just go for 2 punches here.
I'm here.
Knock this guy over. We can punch from the side. Is that the correct side? It's not even going to tell me, is it? No, that's the incorrect side. Can we actually punch from the other side? That would be fantastic. Pop that AC off. We're going to be pretty much dead with this guy, but... Oh well. What did that hit? Alright, punch him onto the ground. We'll probably punch with the other mech. And then it should be over for him, right? Should be over. I think we roll up and punch with the Panther. Yeah, we'll roll up and punch with the Panther as well. Should be okay. Save as much heat as we can. These guys are getting some revenge for bits that have fallen off them. Man, they are just hosing down that side. The PPC shot might have been better, but we'll take what we get here. AC-20 to the torso. I actually thought Apex was going to be dead here, but I guess she gets to have a go. Let's have a go. We'll just fire in. Ooh, I could rip off that arm. Oh, I think we should be able to... let's rip off that arm. We'll get rid of that AC. No, it's actually on the other side, isn't it? Alright, let's fire into the torso.
Target locked.
Just a flesh wound, eh? Alright. LRM destroyed. It's
Critical hit.
all over, I think. In a
Yes,
sec. I think we jump here for the shot. We could even jump in close. Nope, not even close enough. Ooh, we can get in here though. Oh, come on. You really don't want to give me my light laser, my small laser, do you? Alright, we jump across here and we'll fire in.
Skyward.
Just turn off the LRM. It's not really required here, and we'll fire in.
Going down.
But doom. Oh, maybe we should have fired the LRM. It would have been... We would have needed about 3 hits to get this going, but it would have been all in. Maybe we could have saved one of these mechs, because they are about to probably get grabbed by that hand. I'd probably fire into this with everything I had. Maybe take out the hunchback while these two just manhandle you. Completely manhandle you. We'll just fire in from... We'll just run over the side and fire in. I think we should pop most of that arm off and be fairly okay. We've got most of our heat back, so we can do that. We could even just death them above, right onto the side of this guy, and just rip them apart. Oh, I wouldn't... okay. I guess so. He's definitely going to fire in the hunchback, because that'll be gone. Get that hunchback. Come on, sir. Focus. Get it. It's dead. And then we just mangle onto the side of this thing. No? Ah, I would have used my focus. Is he going to split shot here? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Could even move behind him. I think we'll just run in this side. Fire into here. RNG has been really unkind to him.
Copy that.
It could have been a lot nicer there. There goes bits and pieces, and down he goes. Down he goes indeed. Maybe the death from above wasn't required, but I just needed to clear a lot of that, a lot of what was going on, because he was just going to tank in those trees. I needed to clear, somehow I needed to clear the brace that was going on. It's a nice lance though. I do like the... Oh, so what did he have? Kraken. Interesting. Witness, Mockingbird. Alright, so this has Bulwark. This has Bulwark. These two don't, interestingly enough. I don't know about Witness. I don't like Witness nearly as much as Mockingbird. I don't know why. I just like Mockingbird more. Sorry, not Mockingbird. Showboat. Showboat I feel is better. Would I want a tanking mech here? I'd probably put... It's my preference is to always put Showboat into the Panther. She has decent move, and she can jump around a fair bit and lock. That way you can then use the other commando to do some work. And then I always feel it's better to give Bulwark to your armored mechs, just because it then means you don't have to move to do the work that you need to do here. See, whereas he has to have the choice between does he fire and get, or does he brace, right? So it's kind of a hard ask. Kind of a hard ask indeed. My God. I don't know how I would have fired into Apex. Like, I would have done a focus, fired into Apex, blasted her down. I feel a bit mean about using Paradise and the Vindicator, but it was the only way I think I was going to get through that that brace there, that Bulwark. Could I have done it without that? I suppose I could have run probably the Commando in for a punch. It's pretty risky doing that though. And then working with everyone else, I guess. But I am a terrible person. I really should just absolutely not put Paradise in here. It's so tempting though. It's so tempting just to put Paradise in and just to smash things apart. And I moan about people doing it, and here I am doing it. Absolutely terrible. Hopefully they nerf it down so it's not such a temptation. I would love it for them to nerf it. I would be absolutely happy as, because then things like this build work even better, right? How do you counter this build? I guess you have to go in for the punch, or depending on how they nerf this, how they nerf the Death from Above and Angel of Death, Death from Above is still an option. You just have to be careful with the pilot who's doing it, right? You'd need a pilot who had fairly good movement so that he didn't lose all of his evasion on going in. If they remove evasion from doing Death from Above, then it gets a little harder. You might have to Death from Above with a more sturdy mech, so Vindicator is probably going to be the mech of choice, because it's still fairly sturdy. But if you did it with a Panther or something, then with no evasion, I mean, your 50 armor, your 70 armor, it's not going to hold up. I mean, it's only a little bit more, but it's always enough, right? I mean, look at that, 40 internals versus 55. It's a lot more armor here, right, to at least tank up with, especially on the legs. 90 and 55 versus 60 and 40. I mean, you take a shot to the legs after a Death from Above without Paradise, and you're probably on the ground. And then it's all just cold shots, right? I mean, so what did we do? We knocked this guy, we killed him. Do I think this was the better plan? I'm kind of happy with this. This was 90 damage gone. I could have maybe have gone on one of the Centurions instead and ignored the Panther. Blow off an AC arm, then he only does 50 damage plus an LRM, which is, say, another 10. So he's doing about 60 damage out of this versus 90 out of this. Oh well. I'm happy with the way it went, even if I'm a little sad about using Paradise there. But with that, we'll take a break. Tune in next time. More adventures of BattleTech. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.